Picture this. Your husband tags along on a family fishing trip but disappears, only to return later with a woman he's clearly on a date with. Join me in one of a series of my stories and the tumultuous aftermath of betrayal, love bombing, and navigating the complexities of a relationship with a narcissist. But first, if you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, subscribe for more content, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload more videos in this series about my ex, Danny, and his narcissistic antics. Now let's get on with the story. Danny and I had been married less than a year, but he acted as though he was still the bachelor. For example, he went on a fishing trip with my cousin Rusty and his sons. When I picked Danny up in the car after returning from his fishing trip, he was unusually loving and attentive toward me, and I wondered why. It was only a few months into our marriage, and I had already been hurt so many times by Danny's treatment of me that I was on constant alert. The next day, Rusty stopped at my parents' home and told them the following story. After arriving at camp, instead of helping to set up, Danny dressed up, left, and came back later with a woman. She probably didn't know he was married, or he used the "I'm getting my divorce" line on her as he had before during our marriage. I really think he believed that all guys went out on their wives, and so it was no big deal. You know, the bro code. After all, Rusty and his sons would have his back. They wouldn't tell. But Rusty did have my back, and he became quite upset with Danny, telling him that he had no right using him to cover for his infidelity, especially since I was family. Danny went on to use Rusty in other ways too. For example, he kept his hunting dog at Rusty's but didn't provide food for the dog. It was quite distressing to me when Danny was dishonest or unfair with others. I wasn't raised that way. Expecting Rusty to keep his dog at his own expense was just one example. Danny bought a car off a man and then sold it before he finished paying him for it. When the guy came after the remainder of his money, Danny told him he wasn't going to pay for something he no longer owned. That made perfect sense to him. Another time, I overheard Danny commiserate with a guy on how they could lie to the insurance company to have both of their vehicles repaired, even though neither had been involved in an accident. Why do you think Danny acted this way? He was brilliant in mathematics, very likable, handsome, and a civil engineer by trade. He had so much going for him, but he was selfish to the core. Ironically, Danny thought the bro code even extended to my father and that he would support him, but according to my dad, he was just plain stupid. Of course, his mother spoiled him and thought he could do no wrong. She called him her little dootsy-wootsy and Dauncey-Doolittle because she said he didn't like to do very much. Perhaps she was the reason why he grew up to be so entitled and narcissistic. Have you ever faced a situation with a narcissistic husband like Danny? If so, leave a comment below and tell me how you dealt with the situation. I'd love to hear your stories and insights, and don't forget to hit the like button for more true stories about Danny and his entitlement. Rise above narcissistic abuse. Break free and thrive.